Okay, welcome. This is JDS Sport Talks video, and this is a three-story video today. Main one really being Roger Federer will miss the rest of the tennis season, or what there is of a tennis season, because he's having another knee surgery. Or he's had another knee surgery. So really, it's very strategic time to do it because, well, we said one before, but when better to have knee surgery than when there is basically no season happening because of coronavirus. Now, as we all know, he's getting towards the end of his career, Roger. He's 38 years old. My opinion is the best ever, but that's up to interpretation for whoever wants to believe what they want to believe. I believe he's the best. You can leave something else if you wish. I don't really care. But, that's relevant to the story, really. So he's had a knee surgery. I probably should have first. I do this all the time. Found out what the knee surgery is for, but I have not checked that out. I'm looking for it right now as I'm talking, and I can't see it, so I'll cut it now, and I'll be back when I found what it is about, if this article even says what it's about. Okay, so I couldn't actually find what it was about, but I do know the reason he's having another surgery is because the original surgery, he had a setback, they called it. I guess it is technically the right word. A setback during his rehabilitation after the first surgery in February is what it was. And it doesn't actually state here, unless I'm dumb and can't see it, what the original surgery was being done for. But, so he's having the surgery. As I said, it's a very strategic time to do it, because it won't affect his game too much, because he's not missing many major tournaments, if any, because coronavirus has pretty much halted the entire season. I believe they're attempting to do something with Roland Garros. I know Wimbledon's been axed, and unless they go back on that decision and try and bring it back, and US Open, well, considering the Nadal story I had a few days ago, I'd assume that there is some kind of attempt to do something. Now, the other article I don't want to go too much into because I don't know much, and I haven't really read through it, and I don't plan to, and I actually don't want to say, because if it says what he says, I don't want to really say that much, because I don't know if it will stop YouTube from actually pushing the video if I say whatever words he said. But, Neymar is facing criminal charges, possibly. Well, the title is Neymar faces criminal complaint, for homophobia. So I'm not sure exactly what he's done. I assume someone complaining to him, I know it says criminal complaint, it's weird terminology, but I assume that would suggest someone is trying to sue him or criminally charge him for whatever he has said. As everything in all my videos, the articles I'm looking at will be down in the description of the video. This will be, Federer will be. The third story isn't really a story, it's more me predicting the first game of the AFL, or my prediction for it. And, so that will not have a link in the description. But, yeah, so if you want to read more and educate yourself about this situation with Neymar, I may find another article which is a bit more descriptive about the situation as well, but this article will definitely be in the description of this video. Now, on to the last thing in the video is me predicting the first game of the AFL season. Well, not predicting, making my predictions. So I guess I am predicting, but when I say predicting, it feels like I'm saying I'm going to get it right, when knowing me, I probably will not. Okay, so first game is tonight, obviously. Today at 5:40 p.m. my time. It is currently 3:30 recording this. So that's 5:40 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time. I don't know what the other way of saying that would be, the actual proper way of saying it, what the time zone's actually called. But it is Collingwood Richmond, and I'm going to say that the reigning premiers will hold a win at the MCG against Collingwood, because I just feel, well, they're just a better club. They're not club, better. Oh no, they are a better club, but they're just a better side. I feel Collingwood being probably the reason why they haven't won a premiership, even though they've been up sitting around that spot for a while, is there just something, I don't know what it is, there's just something that's not complete about them. I don't know whether it's hunger really to get it. I don't know what the difference between the other teams that are up high, like in the league, and them, why they keep just falling short. But I feel like maybe it's something with like the hunger to really want to win, or I don't know what. If it's not that, I can't put my finger on what the actual thing is that's the difference between them, like Collingwood, and the rest of the top teams at the moment, like us, GWS, Richmond. There's something different with those teams over Collingwood at the moment. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like that same factor that has stopped them from getting the premierships and made them fall short pretty much 3 years in a row now, will have Richmond win the game. I reckon Richmond's just a better team overall anyway. I reckon even without that little thing, I reckon Richmond would just win anyway, because I believe they're a better team. You never know though. Practically, it's not, but it is effectively, in terms of playing, like how you play the game. It's basically the first game of the season, although it's actually the second, but it's been like 8 weeks or something since the first game, so it's been a while since we played the first game. So it's almost like it's been another pre-season. It's basically like a first game of the season. So you never know what happens in the first game. I reckon it's one of the hardest rounds to pick, not only because players have moved around and teams have changed tactics, but because it's different. Something about playing your first game of the season is, I don't know, something different about it. That's all for today though. It's been JDS. Actually, I want to predict point difference. I'm going to say Richmond will win by 23. That's my prediction for the game. Richmond by 23. I predict they'll be behind in the first quarter as well. Let's see if I get that one right. Been JDS. Thanks. Bye. See you next time. See ya.